Hello, friends. How are you? Hop on, say hello. How's your Wednesday going? We are halfway to Friday, my friends. Oh, it has been a busy morning for me. Oh, all right. Get my watch on real quick. Hello. If you are new, welcome. Drop the word new and so I can say hello. And if you want to, tell me where you're tuning in from, because I think that's super cool that we all find out where we're tuning in from. If you don't know, my name is Shelby Ray. I am 54 and I live about 30 miles east of Memphis, Tennessee, in a little town called Mason. And Kirk and I live out in the middle of nowhere on a small farm, and we absolutely love it. Love it. All right, let me get this done super quick. Hello, how are you? Hey, Deborah. How you doing today? All right, there we go. All right, let's get our stuff on. And today is all about Q&A. You can ask me anything you want about makeup, skincare, beauty, farm life, cooking. It doesn't matter. This is just, I'm going to start Wednesdays. It's Wellness Wednesday. So, we can talk about whatever you want. Deborah is from Pennsylvania. But I loved answering questions and talking about it. And I want you to know that makeup is not about looking younger. It has never been about looking younger as I put on my eye cream. But y'all, this eye cream is so good. It helps with fine lines, wrinkles, dark circles, all the things. Look already. So good. But it is not about looking younger. It's about being the best version of you. I am doing fantastic, Deborah. It has been a good day. It's a busy day. I won't be on here long because I got to get this together. And if y'all notice, I don't even have eyebrows on yet. So many people ask me about my eyebrows that I thought, okay, I'm going to put my eyebrows on while y'all are on here. Because I usually do them first before I get on here. I don't know. I just have always done that. But today, I'm going to show you exactly how I put them on. Because people ask me all the time. But I got to put my primer on first. There we go. If, of course, I don't have any eyebrows whatsoever. There's no hair on there. That is microblading I had done, oh gosh, it's probably been 4 years ago now. It's been a while. I would definitely do it again. I don't take the time to do it is the only reason I haven't done it again. I loved them. I love the fact that they were microbladed on. I was super scared to do it in the very beginning because I thought, oh my gosh, if I put these on, if I do the microblading and then of course everything as we get older droops, you know, what happens? But I'm telling you, they don't really move that much. They may 10 years from now, but right now they don't. Anyway, we have lived out here 6 years, going on 7 maybe. I think that's it. 6 going on 7. All right, let me get my Trim Fit mixed up right quick and take my probiotic because I haven't done that yet. And then we will put these eyebrows on. But what else do people ask me? They ask me about my eyebrows. They ask me about my lips. And share your stories too. This is what this is all about, is just sharing our stories and sharing what we like and what we don't like and things like that. But so lips, I have had lip filler. It's been, the last time I had it, it's been over a year. I love it. I recommend it personally, but I think it's a personal choice. And it's like anything else. You can go overboard with anything, but here's the deal. If you like it, do it. That's how I feel about it. But I have no upper lip whatsoever. I've never really had an upper lip. And I always drink out of a straw. And I have for my entire life. I love to drink from a straw because my teeth have always been sensitive. So to drink from a glass and the ice hit my teeth or whatever, it always kind of hurt. So I have always used a straw. Well, guess what happens when you use a straw your entire life? You get wrinkles and you get these fine lines and all of this around your lips, right? So that's why initially I went and got my very first lip filler 2 years ago. Deborah, it is a lot of work. But I will tell you that in just a second. But that's the reason, hang on. I gotta get that mixed up. But that's the reason I initially did the lip filler. And just a little bit. I told her when I first did it, I was like, I don't want to look like, if you are from the South or you fish or whatever, you will understand this statement. I told her, and she's a girlfriend of mine, so I told her, I said, I do not want to look like a big mouth bass, okay? I don't want to look like I have balloon lips or anything. Now, they're pretty on certain people. I just didn't personally want them the first time. I had no idea what they would look like. So she just did a little bit. And what it did is it just took away those fine lines that were around my mouth and my lips. Because to me, that is what I always saw, was these lines and ridges and all of that around my lips. So I wanted to take that away, right? So I just wanted a little bit of filler, and that's what I did. And then I went back a year later, had a little bit more, and now it's been over a year, and I'm going back to get some more. I really do like it because it just takes away. If you'll notice, I have, like, you can see this line right here, these indentions, and it's from drinking a straw, or if you've ever smoked or anything. When you do this all the time, it's kind of like the old thing about your mom said, don't make an ugly face because it'll stay that way. There's a little bit of truth to that. If you do something over and over again too many times, there's some truth to that. And that's why I have these lines and stuff around my lips that I do, because of drinking out of a straw for the last 54 years. And I know I'm not going to stop drinking from a straw. So lip filler was my key to do that. And it's very subtle, and I personally like it. I had no issues with it. I know some people do, but I feel like some people have issues. Different people have different issues with different things. But my point with that is, if you feel like you want to do something, tummy tuck, lip filler, eyebrow, if it makes you happy, sister, I say do it. And that's all that matters. I'm going to put a little lip plumper on now that we're talking about lips. And get that done. Okay, and then I'm going to put eyebrows on. So I use, this is actually from Amazon. It's called the NYX Lift and Snatch eyebrow pencil. There's a couple reasons why I like this. It is not like a crayon. It's not like a pencil crayon. It's more like a felt tip pen, but it's got a very pointed felt on it. And you can just make these little lines like this, and it looks like hair. And you just shake it up, and that's what I'm going to do. So, if you're just hopping on, hi, this is just an open Q&A You can ask me anything. We're just going to talk about makeup and beauty and farm life and all kinds of different things. So here's the thing about eyebrows. If you don't know where to start, okay, so you should start, your eyebrows should end or start right here at the end of your nose, okay? And then the arch should go across your pupil, and then your eyebrow should end at the end of your eye here. So I'm going to look in my mirror over here, but keep asking questions. And so I just start making little strokes like this. And somebody asked me the other day that why my eyebrows looked different. One day I was doing a live. Eyebrows, see that? And now we're just going to start filling that in. But look at it looks like hair. Is that not cool? I love this pencil or pen or whatever you want to call it. But eyebrows are, they're cousins. They're not twins. They're not going to look the same every time, especially if you're like me and you have to draw them on every day, or you want to draw them on every day. I have no hair whatsoever. So this is why, and I have used every eyebrow pencil and pen in the book so far. This one is super inexpensive and very, very easy. It stays on all day. But anyway, she asked me why my eyebrows look different. Girl, sometimes I just get to doing and they get bigger and bigger. It's kind of like the hair grows. And then I was like, oh, I kind of like it. But there's one eyebrow done that quick. Now, I have been putting these on for over 20 years, almost 25 now. So I'm probably quicker than if you just started yesterday, right? But the concept is the same, and it's very hard for me to do this eye versus this eye because I'm crossed over. But if you mess up, you can just, wipe it off. But you just have to try it and start and see what you like. It's it's kind of like trying to get them even. But see, on my first thing going across, they're not as dark or thick as this one is. So now I go back, now that I have the initial kind of shape that I want, I go back and I start just kind of filling it in. Just like that. And the more strokes I make in there, it's kind of the darker it gets. But see, I did too much of a point right there. Here's where you should buy stock in Q-tips. Because I use Q-tips more than I use anything else. There we go. Now, we have eyebrows. That quick and that easy. Now, I will say that I am my biggest fault is that I'm a perfectionist, and so I go back and sometimes I have to tell myself, I have a girlfriend of mine that will call me and say, stop, just stop touching it. Kind of like your kid in the back seat, stop touching it. It's fine, stop touching it. Because she'll have to say, all right, that's enough, stop touching the eyebrows, stop touching. But that's my biggest fault, is that I keep touching it. Because it's like, oh, look, it's just one more little thing, right? And then that one thing comes to be bigger than the other thing. Okay, so that's eyebrows. So if you're hopping on, say hi. All right, what else are we going to do? Let's do a little concealer, because this is another big question I get. I always tell you, if you're new, this is the biggest thing with concealer, especially as we get older, but I feel this way about younger as well. Less is more. Less is more, less is more, less is more, okay? So we're going to do one dot right there. Deborah, I'm getting to your question, I promise. So why did we decide on a farm with all of these animals and all of that? It is a lot of work. Matter of fact, Kirk is out on the tractor right now. And, but it is just, we love it. It's the lifestyle that we love. And we both love taking care of animals. We don't like, neither one of us like living like in the city. We don't like neighbors like right up next to us. We love our privacy. We love being out and about and being able to, because he hunts, we fish, we have, you know, you can ride ATVs, you can do shoot gun, all the things, right? And that's just what the work that comes with it to us is so worth what the joy that we get out of it. And we have a big pond that's got lots of fish in it. And so in the grandkids and the kids can just come and play and enjoy themselves, and you don't have to really, you know, you don't have to worry about them getting close to the street, or you can just kind of be free. And that's what we liked about this. It was just, it's a freedom type thing along with all the work. But that's why. So I tell you that beauty is not about looking younger. It's beauty is about being the best version of whoever you are. And I always want my message to be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. If you like red lipstick and black eyeliner, sister, I want you to rock it like you are Pat Benatar. You know what I'm saying? If you are a very natural looking, you just like the very natural colors or whatever, do that. If you want to swap up every other day and be, you know, Pat Benatar one day and, I don't know, farm girl the next, you can do that too. But I want people to understand that putting makeup on is not covering things up. Okay? It's just, it's a feeling. It's a confidence booster. It is just being the best version of you. That's why that's why I work out. That's why I listen to certain music. That's why I, you know, journal and do all the things. It's just to become the best version of who I want to be. So, and I feel very strongly about that about makeup. It's just, It's who you are, sister. Hello, how are y'all? Ask me anything you want to know. Hey, Miss Juanita, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Y'all, I made this pork chop. I'll call it a casserole, but it's really not. It's smothered pork chops and potatoes that you put in the oven in this casserole dish. Y'all, it was delicious and super easy to do. You just put potatoes in the bottom. Hey, Darlene, how are you? Welcome. Hello, Amber. Happy Wednesday. How are you, love? Kirk is out cutting grass today. He's very frustrated, though. We couldn't get the weed eater working, or he couldn't. And so I asked about it, and his answer was this: don't ask me about that weed eater. I don't want to talk about it. And then he walked away. I was like, okay, we won't be discussing the weed eater. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I love to do yard work, and I love to use the weed eater. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but here's why. It's an instant gratification type of thing. It looks so pretty after you get done. It's hard work. And this weed eater that we have, you know, Kirk's got to buy the biggest, baddest commercial weed eater that's gas powered and it's heavy as heck and all the things. But I will tell you that sucker will do some damage. And it's so good. After it's done, you look and you can look at your work and go, oh, look at that. So pretty. That's why I like to weed eat. Cut grass, do all the things. All right. So if, the way I put on my foundation, and I do this with any foundation, start in the middle of your face, work your way out. It's going to look more natural that way because you'll have less on the outside of your face and more on the inside. But make sure you go down your neck. And blending is the name of the game. But I always tap underneath my eyes and around. Again, that's going to give you the best kind of coverage. I just tap some on and then I start blending it. I'm trying to think some of the other questions. I did my eyebrows. If you're just hopping on and always wonder how I do my eyebrows, I did them. I started this live with nothing on this time. I mean, like absolutely nothing. So you can go back and watch the beginning when I get done if you want to see exactly how I put my eyebrows on, because that is a big question. And like I said, I've used every eyebrow pencil, marker, pomade, powder on the market. Somebody asked me not long ago about the brow powder. It doesn't work as well for me because I have no hair whatsoever for eyebrows. So I literally am drawing them on my face, my skin. So to me, the powder doesn't work as well for me. But I have used the powder on other people to do their makeup. And it works great if you already have hair. I think it gives a very natural eyebrow without having to draw them on. I think it's a good kind of filler. And just for FB purposes, these are all just my personal opinions. And please, I encourage you and I want you to share your tips and tricks with me as well, because I learn every single day and I learn from other people. I learn from research or whatever. This didn't happen overnight because I just woke up at 14 years old and decided I knew how to do makeup. This has been a, 40-year journey of doing makeup and finding out, one, what I like, and two, what works for my skin. My skin is pretty much normal. It's not dry. It's not oily. I don't really have, like, my T-zone really doesn't have an issue. My biggest issue, we just had a delivery of something, is because I am in internal summertime 24/7, 365 days a year in menopause. I have to make sure I find something that works with hot flashes. So if I break out into a sweat or something like that, that it doesn't slide down my face, or it doesn't go anywhere, or it doesn't get cakey afterwards if I get hot, stuff like that. That's really what I look for in makeup. And so everything that I wear is hot flash proof. That's what I call it, because everything I put on and I wear doesn't run down my face. It doesn't get cakey. It's hydrating, all the things. So that is my deal, that I have to find that it's menopause proof. You know what? I should probably come up with my own line and call it menopause proof. I'd probably work out really well. Somebody's going to take that and run with it, and I'm going to go, you know what? That was my idea, but you go, sister. Oh, thank you, Deborah. You're so sweet. I appreciate it. So I just take a little bronzer and go all the way around and do a little, if you want to call it contouring, I call it creating shadows. It's the same thing. It just puts a little warmth. It just breaks up that solid color and puts a little bit of warmth. And we're gonna, blending again is the name of the game. If you're new to makeup, or like me, have been doing makeup for 40 years, you just learn something new every day. Blending. Blending, and the other thing the biggest thing I've learned about makeup is it is not cut and dry. It is makeup. You can take your, whatever your favorite, I don't know, bronzer or blush or whatever, and use it for different purposes. Use it for eyeshadow, which is what I'm going to do today here in just a second. Use your lipstick for blush. I've seen people do that. And I'll be honest, 20 years ago, I would have thought, what is she doing? That is lipstick. It is for the lips. Don't do that. There's no rules when it comes to makeup, and I love it. And you find out that some things work really, really well, and they're really pretty. All right, we're just going to pop a little bit of blush in right here. And then we're going to pop in a little bit of highlighter. Hello, ladies. How are you? Hop on, say hi. We're just doing a Wednesday Q&A. Ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about makeup. It doesn't have to be about skincare. It can be about cooking. It can be about farm life. It can be about anything you want. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is take my bronzer and use it as my eyeshadow. I can tell you that, I mean, I love my eyeshadows and I love the eye looks I put together, but if I was not an eyeshadow person, I'd never buy another eyeshadow again after I bought my bronzer and my highlighter. I would just do this because it gives such a pretty, natural kind of look. And then if you ever wanted to throw in some color, all you have to do is put on a little eyeliner if you wanted to. But I'm telling you, this is my favorite look, and I never use eyeshadow. And it works well with hooded eyes. You don't even have to kind of, oh my gosh, am I putting it in the right space? Right here in the corner, only going up. Just throw some of this stuff on. And you are good. Now I'm going to take my highlighter. I'm going to pop it right here in the corner. And instantly we've opened our eyes back up. We have a bigger, more wide looking eye, especially like if you have hooded eyes like I do. Now we're going to take a little bit of the highlighter. Always go just right up underneath your eyebrow, and that's just going to lift your eye. See how this one looks more droopy? I hope you can see it on the phone. You may or may not be able to. But when you put a little bit of a highlight underneath there, it pulls your eye up. When the light hits that, it just draws upward. You know everything is drooping. Do what we can to pull everything up. Now, if you want to, I go back and I don't get any more bronzer, but I can just kind of fill in under there, and boom, you got your color back, and now you have your highlight, and there we are. That is my favorite eye look, y'all, really. One, it's easy. Two, super, super simple. Where did this go? Here we go. All right. Let's work on these lippers. Lippers! So, another little trick. I'm super messy with my foundation and stuff. So before I put any kind of lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, anything on, I take the foundation off of my lips. And this is what is going to have your lip product last longer, because it's going to sit directly on your lips and not on top of, not on top of your foundation. It won't last as long. So that's why I do that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of lip liner. If you want a fuller lip, you just outline your lips a little bit. Also, I stop my lip liner or my lipstick or whatever I'm putting on. I don't take it all the way to the corners anymore as I get older. I stop it right here. Because if I take it all the way to the corners, it's gonna accentuate this droop or these lines right here. So I stop it. That's why I don't go all the way to the end. Hey, Miss Gail, how are you? Gail, girl, you wear what you want to wear. You think I don't have flabby arms? I'm a beautiful butterfly. That's the way I look at that. All about mindset, sister. All about mindset. What am I using? It's probably Patience. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, Patience. It's kind of a tan pink kind of put together. There we go. And just so you know, here's a tidbit of information. Everybody's face is lopsided. It's not just you. This side droops way more than this side. On me. That's because I do some strength training. But thank you, sister. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So instead of putting a lipstick on, I'm going to do my lip plumper. Did I have something else delivered? It is a peachy brown. Yes. But I love lip liner and lip gloss. It's a perfect combo, especially in the spring and summer. It's fantastic. All right. Let's curl some lashes. Let me know, even on the replay, drop any questions you have. Let me know if you like the idea of me doing Wellness Wednesday, Q&A on Wednesdays. We'll just hang out and do a Q&A every Wednesday. Hello. That's in Spanish. I can't read it. I don't know. Gail, what does that say? Can you read that? Do you read Spanish? If you do, let me know, because I have some ladies that I am doing did I do coaching calls with that speak, are in Mexico, and I don't speak Spanish, but we do well. But if I had somebody who spoke Spanish that's willing to help, I would love it. Good Lord. What are we doing here? All right, you got to go. I don't know what that says. You got to go. I think I blocked. Okay, there we go. Gail, where are you at? I saw you say something right back here. Oh, Gail, don't cry. I feel the same way about mine, sister. Truly, I promise you. None of us are too far gone anyway. I love it, Gail. I just blocked him. I don't know what that means, says, whatever. You know? Okay. I'm down to the last bit of this mascara. All right, so here's a little tidbit for mascara. If you want your lashes to appear a lot longer, your second and third coat just focus on the tips of your lashes. Because when you do, the more of the mascara at the top or the tips of your lashes, the longer your lashes will appear. Our potties change every day, all day. I know. Menopause is... there's a lot of things I could say about that. But you know what, Gail? We're still here. We still woke up this morning, and we're going to make the best of it. All right, my friends. There we are. This is today's look, and I never even used eyeshadow or eyeliner today. Simple, easy, breezy. And my message today is, one, hang out. We're just girlfriends having a good time putting makeup on. Send me your tips and tricks, what works for you, because I learned from you as much as everybody else learns from me. That's what this is all about. And remember that makeup is not about looking younger. It's about being the best version of you. So wear the red lipstick, wear the black eyeliner. I'm an 80s girl. That's what I love. But if you like the natural look, wear it too. You do whatever makes you feel beautiful, okay? That's what I want to tell you. I love you. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.